Good morning, beloveds. We appear to be playing The Floor is Lava right now. That is not a game you played as a child. You've missed out. But Foster just parkoured his way in here and did not come the easy way across the floor, but across the boxes and what have you. So I do not know what is going on with this cat. Actually, that's not true. It is spring and the fleas have sprung, and so everybody got flea treated last night. Hopefully that will help with The Floor is Lava. All right. Now I need to... He is standing between me and the very big book. All right. It is May 3rd. Our title is Riches, the Gift of God. And our author is Annie Ricks Militz from a book, both Riches and Honor, from 1945. And she is from Unity, because the copyright permission is from Unity. All right. The laws of spiritual prosperity are the very reverse of the laws of worldly prosperity. In the divine economy, you do not gain by saving up for a rainy day. You do not lose by spending. The more you can give away, the more you have. You do not earn divine riches, therefore you do not have to work hard for them either, mentally or physically. It belongs to your creative consciousness to love to work, and by fearlessness as regards supply and support, you can gravitate to your congenial work, which will be valued highly by the world because art will enter into it. Art is love for one's work. We come out of Egypt by ceasing to work for a living in our mind. Whatever work you are engaged in now, put your soul into service and become an artist in it. Educate yourself to find divinity in your work and as in your associates, whether employer or employee. When you have learned your lesson, you will graduate easily into a congenial, because your own vocation. Spirit knows spirit only, and in its realm there is no bargaining, no buying and selling, no wages, no hirelings, no labors, no rewards or punishments, no merit or demerit, no deserving or no unworthy persons. All is love, and everything is done for love, and all the fruits of love are gifts. Okay, there's a lot in there. There's a whole lot in there. So I'm going to think about it for a minute. But she starts off with separating divine riches from worldly riches, divine prosperity from worldly prosperity. And it's not that you can't have both, okay? Which is why I think her thing is both riches and honor. You can absolutely have both, and here's how you do that. But the divine riches is gained exactly the opposite way that worldly riches are. You don't save up. You can't save. What is it that Jesus says? Lay up your treasures in heaven. But you can't lay up treasures in heaven, because to get them, you gotta spend them. What you put out comes back to you. There's this thing called the threefold rule. What you put out, you get back threefold. So the more love you put out, the more love you'll get back. The more friendliness you put out, the more friendliness you'll get back. And so those are the divine riches. Now, the interesting thing is that when you work on those divine riches of love and kindness and compassion and things like that, a lot of the times worldly riches can follow that, because you have put yourself into a place where you are a kindly, compassionate, loving person, and people want to deal with you. All right, so, and she gets a little further in when she talks about what you do worldly for work. I think she said her turn of phrase was be of service, or to be the servant. When you are a loving, kind, and compassionate person, people want to work with you. People want to deal with you. Therefore, employers and employees tend to work well with you. Okay? So, if you are a happy, friendly person and what you do, then your customers or your clients or whatever it is that you do will be them. They want to come to you because, I hate to say this, you're more fun. And it's not even about you can be really good at your job, but if you're a miserable person, people don't want to deal with you. So the goal is to work on those divine riches, the love, the kindness, the compassion, and all of that, and become that person who attracts happy people who want to work with you. That's what I feel like I heard her saying. Well, go get in the window. All right. So, the laws of spiritual prosperity are the very reverse of the laws of worldly prosperity. In the divine economy, you do not gain by saving up for a rainy day. You do not lose by spending. Okay? The more you spend the divine riches of love, kindness, and compassion, the more you're going to get back. The more you can give away, the more you have. You do not earn divine riches, therefore you do not have to work hard for them, either mentally or physically. You can't earn divine riches. You get them by doing, but you can't, it's not, yeah. You don't earn divine riches. That's a state of grace. I think that maybe the word is you practice them. It belongs to your creative consciousness to love to work, and by fearlessness as regards supply and support, you can gravitate your congenial work. And so that's one of those things. There is a phrase, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. That's not quite true, but it won't feel like work. And now I love what I do to pay my mortgage. I do. I really do enjoy what I do. But there are days it is definitely work. But for the most part, because I do enjoy being around my employers, I do enjoy being around my coworkers, and for the most part, I really enjoy the customers that we deal with. Every now and again, you get the one, and you're just like, but they're rare because what we do is a service. We are of service to our fellow beings. And so that's what she's talking about. We can spend recklessly because we enjoy what we do and we are of service. Art is love for one's work. So art, I like that she redefined art because, not all of us can draw straight lines, even with rulers. Not all of us can paint or do any of that. So the work that we do can be our art. We come out of Egypt by ceasing to work for a living in our mind. Whatever work you are engaged in, now put your soul into service and become an artist in it. Put your soul into service and become an artist. Throw yourself into what it is that you do, because what you are doing can help make the world a better place. So, and if it doesn't set your soul on fire, you can look for something else. So, I'm not telling you to quit your job, but I'm telling you maybe either look for a different way to do what you're doing or look for something else that really makes you happy. I know so many of us work for a paycheck and yeah. Okay, educate yourself to find divinity in your work and in your associates, whether employer or employee. See right there. There's that phrase. Educate yourself to find divinity in your work. Look for the silver lining in your job. Look for how your job makes the world a better place. Mine definitely does. When you have learned your lesson, you will graduate easily into a congenial and become your own vocation. All right. So there it is. There's the mission today. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to find the divinity in our work. Wow. All right. To find the divinity in our work. How are we of service to the world? How is what we do making the world a better place? That's a heck of a mission. All right. So you've got your mission today, should you choose to accept it. So I'm going to then encourage you, because the other part of it is definitely the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself. I do believe that finding the divinity in your work can be something very loving, kind, and compassionate for yourself. Loving what you do. It definitely is one of those ways for those divine riches. And I like that she says you don't earn divine riches. You are divine riches. You practice divine riches. It is who we are. We come into this world, we come into the material realm to do who knows what. We come in to have experiences and to learn stuff. We do. God already knows everything, but God gets to experience what God already knows through us. It's an interesting way to look at life, right? So practice the spiritual practice of doing something loving, kind, and compassionate for yourself every day. I say it for 3 reasons, at least. 1, you are your own best test subject. You get immediate feedback. Is this loving? Is this kind? Is this compassionate? 2, I'm encouraging you to create a habit, a first response. Like what I like to say is that you are creating a well-worn path to the source of your own being, to the source of infinite love, infinite kindness, infinite compassion. That doesn't have to be earned, but you do got to practice to get there on a regular basis. And 3rd, because you deserve your own love, you deserve your own kindness, you deserve your own compassion. I would argue that our author today, that is the divine riches, love, kindness, and compassion. So, why not practice on ourselves? You deserve it. And if anybody told you that you didn't deserve love, kindness, and compassion, well, they're wrong. Full stop. They're wrong. You do. You do. You absolutely deserve love, kindness, and compassion. You are a beloved child of God. So practice on yourself. Practice on yourself. Teach yourself how to treat yourself, and then you can teach other people how to treat you. And you will learn good boundaries that way. All right. So that looks like taking a deep breath before you speak. That looks like taking a nap. That looks like taking a walk. It looks like, as she says, finding the divinity in your work, becoming an artist in your work, and learning about those divine riches that you don't have to earn. So, okay. It also looks like making room for joy. One of the suggestions I give is to eat dessert first. And I do literally mean it. It's fun to eat dessert first occasionally. But it also means don't save the good stuff. Your life is a special occasion. We may only come this way once. We don't know. So it's a special occasion. Treat it as such. Wear the nice clothes. Eat the good food. Drink the good stuff. Go play. And do that regularly. I have 3 jobs. I love all 3 of my jobs, but I do make room to go play. All right? So, practice on yourself. Love, kindness, compassion. Self-care. I don't hide it. I'm a big believer in it. Take care of yourself. Some other suggestions: do something to engage your mind and your body. Drink plenty of water. Your brain works better when it is well hydrated. Get early in your day bright light, because that helps to reset your circadian rhythm, which is literally a hormone cycle. You get that circadian rhythm running on that early in your day bright light. Sunlight is the best, but if you get up before the sun, artificial light does help too. We are talking about resetting a hormone cycle. And you'll have more energy during the day and you'll sleep better at night. So practice on yourself. All right. And I got an awful night's sleep last night. I woke up every hour. I don't know what was going on in my head, but I went out and got that face full of sun this morning and I feel better. Now, I'll probably crash early tonight and that's a good thing, but that's what I'm talking about. It's science, you can look it up. And then, as always, my Ernest Holmes quote, because we all have one, right? Mine is open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. It's all God. We talk about oneness on a regular basis. Well, you know what oneness means? That we all come from the same source. Well, if we all come from the same source, then we're all made of the same stuff, and all that stuff is God's stuff. So we are made by God, of God, for God. When we open the windows of our soul, when we look around with those eyes, we let the scales fall from our eyes and look around and see that it's all God. When we can look into the eyes of each other, when we can look into our own eyes and see God looking back at us. Well, there it is. When we learn that heaven is a state of mind, that heaven is a state of consciousness, then it ceases to be a place that we are forever trying to get to, but any place. It's a superpower. Once you learn to create that heavenly state of mind, that heavenly state of consciousness, nobody can take it away from you. It's a skill worth having. It's a skill worth having. And because we come pre-installed with that Christ consciousness, I talk about it like it's software. My mom's an engineer. Okay? We come pre-installed. That's factory installed software there. That Christ consciousness. And to activate it, the password is love. Open the windows of your soul. The password is love. All right. I'm going to move on. So here's where I'm going to remind you of the social medias. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. We do try and put out light, bright, educational, funny, enlightening stuff. So please feel free to check them out. I am particularly proud of the YouTube channels. My YouTube channel is almost caught up. I'm in April, so I've started on the new book on my YouTube channel, which is the Running Rev Ryan. And then there's the Soul Session playlist on the Creative Life Spiritual Center YouTube channel. So go like and subscribe and do that kind of stuff. That way when we post new videos, you'll be notified. All right. That's the commercial part. Now I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, a middle-of-the-road day, because it's Wednesday this year, a get stuff done day, a take a break day, a what do you need to do day, a finding the divinity in your work day, a laying up divine riches day, or spending divine riches day. Maybe that's a better one. Spending divine riches day. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God, a divine spark, a brilliant light. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. You are a godling, in whom God is well pleased and well represented. Teach people about the God of your understanding. Teach people of the God of your heart. And you do that by your actions. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. Sometimes he goes early, sometimes he goes late. But the good news with Facebook Live, you can just scroll back a couple of videos. I'll be back with you around 9-ish, 9:15, between 9 and 9:15 tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved always. And I will see you next time.